12 years in that division, and they're out.
Hey guys, welcome back to SEADOGS Can Fly. This is episode number 8, and we left off last time with loads of transfers and released players, as well as the first game of the new season in the National League North. Today we've got 2 livecome games for you. We're away to struggling Altrincham before we come up at home to our massive rivals. It's a return to the derby that's been off the cards in the league for many years, York City. So I can't wait for that. But to start with, I want to get you up to date with where we are in the season so far, and then we're going to look at a couple of disappointments from the transfers, and there's a few surprises in there. So as you can see, the save's going pretty blooming well. We left off with the Gloucester game. That was the first game of the season, won that 3-1. We then came up against Curzon Ashton and won 4-1 with this lovely goal from Connor Hall, cutting inside and finishing to the bottom corner. Unfortunately, Hall's not played so well since then, but we'll get to that in just a second. Next up was Spennymoor, and again, another lovely performance. This first goal was indicative of Cor's performances all season so far. Really good cross as he cut inside. Fonseca's been a complete monster up front as well. I really love the way he skins the defender there, slots home into the bottom corner. And we seem to be getting an awful lot of players forward and into the box, as you can see here, stretching that pitch in the width and vertically as well. Samba to the back post, Lacour with his head. He scored quite a few. That combination between Samba and Lacour's worked really well for us. And then Coulson came off the bench, passing to Lacour for Fonseca to finish lovely into the bottom corner. Capping off a wonderful performance, 4-0, and it was nice to see Williams get on the score sheet in that game as well. From here on out, a recurring theme seemed to appear. We came up against Blythe Spartans, won 4-0, but they only had one shot on target. The next game was against Kinsling, 3-1, and again, they only had one shot on target. Samba scoring 2 and Lacour getting on the score sheet there as well, both wingers combining nicely. Brackley Town 2-0, they had 2 shots on target, and this just keeps happening as the season progressed. Teams seem to be getting further and further back into their shape, making it harder for us to break down. The next game of note was against Stourbridge, where we won 3-0. Not so much for the performance, but more for this celebration from Fonseca. Typical Italian, blowing kisses to the crowd. Brilliant. We beat Stratford 3-0 away from home. They gave us a bit more of a game with 4 shots on target, but still nothing compared to our boys, who came away with 6 clear-cut chances, but only scoring 3 goals. And then the next game of note is Leamington. This was a little bit more of a tight affair. Leamington only had 3 shots on target, but in the first minute they scored with their first shot. We managed to get back into it with a stunning strike from Ramon as he picks up the ball here and hits it on the volley first time. Brilliant effort. And then we managed to take the lead. Samba working the ball down the wing to Williams, who got it to Fonseca for a first time strike. Lovely finish yet again, but Leamington kept coming back. With only their second shot on target, a header, they managed to equalise. I was starting to panic a little bit that teams sitting back were really going to cause us an issue this season. But then Samba passed the ball to Ramon and let him do the rest. Another great finish there. It's good to see. He's not got any assists yet this season, but he has got 3 or 4 goals. And then the final goal came courtesy of Warburton crossing the ball over to Hamilton, who came off the bench to finish. So, again, another great performance. If you have a look at the stats, they ring true. 2 clear-cut chances, 6 half. Leamington 3 shots on target and no clear-cut chances, no half chances. So, again, this recurring theme keeps coming back time and time again. It's starting to piss me off a little bit, if I'm honest. The next game was a shitter. We were against Boston and we lost 5-2. I still, to this day, do not understand how this happened, to be honest. If you have a look at the match stats, we had 3 clear-cut chances and 6 half chances. We had 25 shots, 16 on target. They only had 7 shots on target and 2 clear-cut chances. They managed to get 5 goals against us. Yeah, still not sure what happened there, and the board are really pissed off about that result. That's why they're giving me a B as my grading. We went on to beat Farsley, Spalding, Hereford and Guiseley, and then finally Truro City in the FA Cup third qualifying round. That brings us to today's game against Altrincham. But before we go into that, I want to quickly show you a couple of players. So as we get into these livecom games, we'll go through the disappointments. But first of all, the key players in terms of goals. Ryan Williams, surprisingly, has scored 7 for us in 14. Then Fonseca's been brilliant with 6 goals from 8. He's kind of dropping his stats a little bit, but that's probably because he's playing at a lower level now than he ever has done. Stefan Lacor's been sensational with 5 goals and 6 assists. And then the next best is Cortazar on the left wing with 5 goals. So they're kind of the key players so far. Cortazar's not even playing as my main choice on the left, but Lacor has now overtaken Hamilton, who has been a little bit of a disappointment so far. That's enough of the updates. Let's get into the first livecom game. We're away from home to Altrincham. These guys are struggling in the lead, so really we should be winning this, to be fair. I'm going to play a strong 11. I don't want to risk us not getting a result here going into the York match, but I'm going to have to watch some of the players' condition. Unfortunately, Vrakas, which is really frustrating, is not able to play because he's away on under-21s duty with Greece. So this is the team we're going to go with. I would say this is my strongest 11 at the moment, other than Ramon would probably not usually play. We'd have Vrakas in box-to-box midfielder role, though he hasn't impressed in that role just yet. I'm only going off the fact that his attributes suggest he should do. Now you've got to remember, these guys have only just joined the club, so we need to give them time to bed in, and we can't make too many judgments on them just yet. So like I say, when you get new signings, you do need to leave them with time. Their tactical familiarity can be quite low when they first join the club, especially seen as, and that's a great finish from Jonathan Warburton, the left back. Sorry to cut me short there, but that deserves a little bit of appreciation. The kid's not really developed that well, not as much as I would have liked him to. His determination, ambition are still very low, but that is a right finish there. What I was explaining is when you get those new signings, the tactical familiarity, which you can see in the tactical screen, is always quite low. And until that starts to rise up, whether that's because they struggle in the role you're trying to play him in, or whether they struggle with the tactic in general, another great goal, Lacor from Warburton assist, they will struggle. They will struggle. And you can keep tabs on that tactical familiarity and see what the reason is as well. If you go into tactics, you'll be able to see the bar, hover over it, and it'll say what the problem area is for each player. Hurst, 2-0 up very early on. It's a really good start to the game. Warburton has shown how he's settled in the team since last season. Also, Hurst has been in since last season. He's played really well so far this season. Jose Ramon, as you've seen in a couple of the highlights, again, another player that's probably not as good as the new signings, but the very fact that he's bedded in now and he plays well in that deep line playmaker role means he's probably preferred over some better players, really. I'm loving the way we're harassing Altrincham here, trying to get the ball back. Great work from Olzer in the box-to-box midfielder role. Hurst with a nice little chip over the top. Can't find Fonseca. The old game of ping pong that you get in the lower leagues. Olzer, nice pass out to Lacor. What can he do, the Frenchman? Slips it inside to the right back. Olzer. Great finish. What a strike from the edge of the area. He's not done much, Olzer, to be fair. He's been one of my disappointments. I've got him marked down in my book here as one that I've not been too impressed with. So it's nice to see him get on the score sheet. He's only had 2 assists and he's been playing in general in that deep line playmaker role where I would expect him to be spraying the ball around. We've not quite seen that as yet. As Altrincham get a corner, and that is a cracking block there. Jose Ramon that was, charging the ball down. Great block. Corner from the other side though with Hancock. Swings one in. Well out. Jose Ramon with the clearance. The other disappointment I've had as well is Vrakas, the Greek god, the one that I thought would be sensational this season. We tried playing him from box-to-box midfielder, and I think that's what the problem is. He's not very good in the role, as Williams is in, and he scores. Ryan Williams is on the score sheet. What a goal. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. He's our top goal scorer with 8 this season, Ryan Williams, and that's Lacor with yet another assist. He has been insane from that right midfield role. And yeah, what I was saying about my disappointment with Vrakas, he's only had 1 goal and 1 assist this season. Been very, very frustrating. The other annoying one is Hamilton, who plays generally from the right wing. He's gone cold of late. He has scored 3 goals, but a lot of them have come against very easy opposition where I would expect him to be doing it. So we're into half-time, boys. We're 4-0 up. Lads are looking confident. Keeper's looking complacent, but he's had nothing to do, so there's no wonder. And there's a nice mix of goals and assists through the team there. Barazetta getting on the assists as well. Not a lot more you can say other than well done and keep it up, lads. Warburton's been getting some insane ratings. He's on an 8.9 for this game, and I think it's down to the fact he does get a lot of assists from long throws and corners, but he has done well. And is that allowed? I think it is. Fonseca with his 2nd goal of the game and his 7th goal of the season. Nice little long throw there from Barazetta. That'll be his 2nd assist of the game. And in these lower leagues, those goals are easy to score. That stretches our lead to the top to 5 points. South Shields have been fighting valiantly. Remember, they came up with us last season. They went up through the playoffs. Now, don't forget this season in the National League North, the top 2 teams go up automatically and the next 4 down work for a playoff. So we do have 2 chances at going up. The only issue is the board expect us to win the title. And I'm not so sure if my job will be safe if we get 2nd, which is crazy really when you consider we only came up last season, and last season we were predicted to finish, I think it was 16th. As Alzair brings the ball forward. He's already got a goal. Can't pick out Samba though. Platt, the centre back, nice little chip over top. Samba picks up the loose ball. Nice chip over top to Lacour. Hits the bar. Nice, good effort. And I've just realised I've screwed up massively, guys, because we've got York coming up and I've not rested any of my key players. That is a big, big mistake. Let's bring Fonseca off. I'm going to bring Lacour off for Hamilton. And I'd better have Alzair off as well, I think. I'm really frustrating myself. I got talking and getting concentrated on the commentary and I completely forgot with 10 minutes to go to change the team around. That means we will have fatigued players for the York game, the big derby. Wow, that's a great free kick from Warburton. 2nd goal of the season. You may remember last season he scored a beautiful free kick, which I think ended up being goal of the season. So he's certainly got a great left peg on him. 28 shots, 14 on target, 3 clear cut, 4 half chances. We will take that 6-0. What a result. Right, boys, let's jump on to the York City save. York City save, what am I talking about? Here we are, boys. The big derby. It's been so many years since we've had this, or at least in a league format. Looking at this, they're playing a very, very negative looking 5-2, 2-1. Never come up against this before, so I don't know what to expect in all honesty. Chances are they're going to be camped out in their half, and we're going to have to break them down. Now, the team actually isn't as fatigued as I thought it was going to be, so we probably don't have to make too many changes from the last game, which is a good thing because we played really, really well. What I do want to do, though, is bring in Cortazar on the bench because he could be a massive influence on that left wing. And other than that, I think we're going to stick as we are because we played really well in the last game and it's not worth messing with the team. I could have brought Connor Hall on, who is a high class player, but he's been absolutely terrible so far this season, other than the 1 goal he has actually scored. And I don't want to put all my faith in that one player, because you know what will happen. He'll end up being crap. Here we go, Derby Day. That's probably the most negative looking tactic I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a team play 5 at the back and use 2 DMCs just in front. I don't know whether that's testament to how well we've played this season, or whether that is just how negative York are playing in general. As Lacour picks the ball up out wide, works it to Barazetta, back out to Lacour. Go on, lad, hit it. Good save by Whitley. Got a corner though. Who's swinging this one in? Warburton? Yeah, Warburton. In it comes. Hurst at the back post. And this is probably what York are going for, the counter-attack. It's come off there. Oh, that was a very last-ditch challenge, but gets away with it all there. We're going to have to watch out for that, because that's clearly what they're doing. Sit back, try and soak up a bit of pressure, and then hit us on the counter. Warburton with a corner. Swings one in, and Hurst but it's over. That's probably going to be our opening through set pieces, I would imagine. Very boring game, as you can imagine, with that sort of setup. While we're waiting for half time, guys, the finances as well. We're now up to just over 200k. It did come down from almost 500,000 last season after we updated a load of stuff like the youth facilities. But we're now back up to over 200k again, which is really good to see. And hopefully if we can go on an FA Cup run, you never know, we might be able to increase that even further. Right, let's make a couple of changes. Going to be very difficult to break these guys down. So let's get Connor Hall on. I'm going to get Cortazar on the left wing. And I think we'll actually get Hamilton instead of Lacour, shall we? No, let's get Jose Ramon off for Blackman. And we'll move Olzer to that playmaker role in the hope that he can use his ability to maybe pick out a pass. Not really sure what we can do about this, to be fair, when they've got so many players there. Yeah, there's not a lot we can do. We could go cautious, but in my mind, they're just going to keep staying back. They're obviously happy with the draw and aren't bothered. Cavalier with the ball in. Ooh, they almost got a goal there. Only 9 minutes left, and this has been probably the most boring game I've ever seen and the most disgraceful tactical display from a football club trying to play football like ever. That is ridiculous. Why you would play 5 at the back and 2 DMCs, I do not know. Come on. Ball over top to Hall. He's in behind. Please make up for your crap performances. And he's useless. That's what we've had all season long, bar that second game of the season. Absolutely terrible from all. Warburton with the corner though. Come on, you've got 5 minutes to get a winner. Works it short to Blackman. Useless. This is the problem with Blackman, trying to play him. He's not quite developed as I'd liked him to so far. He's got loads of potential and he could be a great player. But I'm going to have to play him in order to do that. And it's chicken and egg. You've got to be able to play him to develop him, but he's not good enough to be played. Hall. Oh, good save by the keeper. It's just too many players between us and the goal. We've had 34 shots, but less than half of them have been on target. 2 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances, as Warburton swings one in. Lacour picks up the loose ball. Come on, you don't have time to dilly-dally. Someone have a crack. Someone please just hit the bloody ball. Lacour. Oh, great save by Whitley. Looks like this is going to finish in a draw, boys. The big derby. I was hoping for goals, but that's never going to happen with that system. They've had 1 shot on target all game and 37% possession. You should hang your heads in shame. No wonder they're on 27 points in 5th place. They should be doing a lot better than that with the players they've got. Well, it doesn't damage our promotion hopes. We're still 5 points clear at the top of the table, so that's not too bad. And I think that 6-0 thrashing of Altrincham shows exactly what we are made of. Right, boys, we will leave it at that. I'll stop boring you, as I always say. Next episode will be live on Tuesday, and we've got a huge game away from home against South Shields, who are 2nd in the table. So that could really give us some distance between us and them. And we're also going to have a look at the new gens and see how they are developing. So catch up with us again on Tuesday, boys. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss future episodes. And if you enjoyed this one, please do give us a like. If you like what you see with the tactic, not that that York game's anything to go by, I'll leave you a link just now so you can go and have a look at that, because I've made a video highlighting how the tactic works, how to use it, and a download link so everyone can use the same tactic I am in this Scarborough save. Okay guys, love you and leave it. See you later.